MyBucks formed 2011 with the idea of becoming a digital bank in Africa. We currently operate in 13 markets in Africa, 5 of which are banks and 8 are non-banking financial institutions or NBFIs. And the idea is to continue to grow in Africa. So we've got 5 of these already as banks, and will continue to get additional banks as we grow. So we'll either be converting our lending licenses to be banks or the other financial institution licenses we have. Also going to continue to look for acquisition opportunities in Africa where there are banks, microfinance banks or traditional banks that are available, or where people are looking for a partner with technology that we can come in and almost digitalize the bank. So we've been very successful in turning around distressed banks. We've bought 3 distressed banks to date and have managed to turn them into fairly profitable institutions, and they're going to continue to grow and be profitable in the near future. So Mozambique and Malawi are 2 of the fastest growing banks which we bought. And so we've really got a good recipe in terms of using our technology and skill set in turning traditional banking into digital banking. So we want to go into more African countries specifically, where we can acquire licenses and expand the offering. We're looking at markets in Central and West Africa at the moment. We're exploring some opportunities in Nigeria and in Ghana. So we're continuously looking for new opportunities. So we're also looking further afield for technology opportunities. Recently looking at a partnership in India where we will use our technology to partner with a local lender who has a license in that market and who's looking for the technology to expand their offering. And then we're doing stuff in Australia, and we're looking further afield to South America for another partnership on technology. So the idea is to do core operations in Africa where we run the banks and operations and utilize our tech, but then to license our tech to other regions where we won't get there, where someone else has got the operational expertise, has the licensing and even the capital, but requires the tech to catch up quite quickly into this whole fintech rush that's sort of happening at the moment. So the algorithms are so artificial intelligence, it's machine-based learning. So typically what is happening in financial services across the world is everybody's digitalizing. So the human intervention in granting credit, opening up bank accounts, any interaction, even be it wealth management and asset management, is all moving towards technology. So nowadays what you want is a super smart algorithm that can almost do the job of 3 or 4 analysts in granting credit, as well as in opening up bank accounts, doing KYC on customers. So you're going to see that globally, people will open accounts within a couple of minutes, they'll be able to transact in minutes, and they'll be able to get credit in minutes. And we're already doing that in an emerging market like Africa, where it's a little bit tougher. But our algorithms are critical to our success. So they last year helped us reduce our NPLs, which is our non-performing loans, from around 20% as a group down to 10%. So we already halved our provisioning by using algorithms in granting credit. So it's a bit smarter and a lot more intensive than what any human being can do. And it can consider 1,000 factors rather than 5 or 6 that you would have had a normal credit officer do in the past. So Naga is quite interesting. The Naga team and us are working closely together on doing cryptocurrency exchanges in Africa. So we're going to put down, where we've got banking licenses, we're going to put down a crypto exchange, giving customers in emerging markets access to the cryptocurrency world, allowing them to exchange fiat or local currency into cryptocurrency, almost the on-ramp and off-ramp for cryptocurrencies, as well as we're looking at a remittance product for Africa where we can use a cryptocurrency to remit money across the continent. We're working on that now with Naga for about the last year, and I'm quite pleased to say we're very close to going live with that partnership operationally in all of the markets in which we're in. So Naga is an example of fintechs working together, and I think there are more of that to come. It's an interoperable world. You want to be able to work with anybody that's got good technology to offer. And I think Naga being listed on the Frankfurt Exchange as well as us, it led to a good working relationship. So our financial year end is June till June. So June 2018 was our financial year end. So MyBucks currently operates in 13 jurisdictions, 14 if you count our holding structure. So we've got a lot of jurisdictional reporting. So from a group perspective, we had 61 million euro in revenue for the group, so which is very good. Our operating expenses are very stable for the last 2 years at between sort of 40 to 42 million euro in terms of OPEX. The focus as a group is to keep the operating costs down. Because we bought distressed banks, there was a stage we took on a lot of OPEX and a lot of people and a lot of branches while we had to convince regulators that we can close branches, reduce headcount, and use technology to do that. So we see the OPEX as a very important line. So operational costs were very stable. Finance costs came in around 22 million euro, which is still expensive for us. So as a group carrying cost on finance cost, we're sitting at around the 19% mark. So as cost of funding, but that 19 we hope to in the future reduce to around 17, but it's quite important that it's an important metric for us, that the operating costs stay stable, finance costs reduce. And then the other thing which I mentioned earlier with the algorithms is our non-performing loans reduced from 20% to 10%, and that's had quite a big impact as well. So all in all, a good performance for the year to date. This year is quite important for us as our operating subsidiaries and our banks contribute more to the income of the organization and going forward.